name is Alyssa. So this is my first time using my real camera instead of my iPhone. So bear with me. I don't know if the lighting is going to turn out right or not. I will work on it. So today we're going to talk about textiles and how to create a repeat pattern, a really good repeat pattern, so that it looks like you're a pro. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today, and I'm just going to take you through how to see a repeat pattern and how to what I just said. I'm not going to actually like go on the computer in this one and show you how to do it in Illustrator and Photoshop, but I will in the next video. This is like the basics. This is like, you need to know this in order to then move on to the computer so that you can set up a really, really good pattern and make it look really, really good. And then you can make your own leggings. Yay. Okay. So I have this here. This is just like a vintage dress I bought the other day, and I kind of bought it for you guys, but I mean obviously for myself too. So I'm going to show you the repeat and how to find it. Okay, so can you see it? Can you see the repeat yourself without me showing it to you? So basically the repeat goes from here to here, and then it goes over to here, and then up to here. So it's basically about, I would say, 1 foot by 2 feet, around that, maybe like, yeah, 1 foot by or maybe like 1.5, something like that. So what you want to notice is that how patterns are set up is that they're not just set up with like this one flower and then it just goes, because then it would look really blocky and like it would look like squares, and it's just not appealing to the eye. So when you set up a repeat pattern, you want to make it diagonal. So what I mean by that is, maybe I should pin this up on a board. Let me grab a board. So the repeat pattern goes from here to here, down to here to here. Okay, so we can measure it. So the pattern is approximately 6.5 inches by 14 inches. Okay. So what you want to notice about this pattern is that it's not just all one. It's not just all one of these little flowers over and over and over again, because that would look really blocky and not so good. So what you want to do when setting up a pattern is look at how this is set up. It has this small one here, then a big one, then a small one in the middle, so it's diagonal, and then a small one on the outside here. So it's set up like an X. And then you have this big one, and then it's trying to see. Okay, I think it's flipped like this. It's flipped like this. Actually, it's flipped twice. So it's flipped like this and then flipped like this. So it's looks completely different here and here. And you have these smaller flowers within it so that it takes up the blank space. So basically, when setting up like a nice pattern is that you want it to be diagonal like this. So you don't want just this one because you can just go onto Illustrator and you can just hit the repeat, and then this thing will just repeat over and over and over again. But that looks really blocky. It's not appealing to the eye, and you want the eye to kind of flow with the garment. And so that's why you set it up so it's diagonal. So one here, one in the diagonal, and then you can repeat it again. So you always want to make sure there's a diagonal one. Okay? And then I like that this is flipped here because that creates variety in the pattern, and you want to have some variety to also like make the eye kind of dance and look around, because if everything is just like this, like I said again, it's just going to be very blocky and your eye isn't going to travel. Okay, so for the second one, this is another vintage shirt. So we can see it here. So it starts here, goes to here, here to here. And see, it's set up the same way. There's one in the middle. So it's not just this one flower and then another one of these flowers or some other flowers without this one here. You need that one in the middle so that it balances the eye. Again, you want it to be diagonal. So I hope that makes sense. You can see that there's these little flowers in the middle, but they're all like the same equidistance. And then it has this nice stripe in the background, and then so basically the stripe is really easy. You just like put that behind it, and then the stripe you just have to line up on this side and this side. So that's pretty easy. So that, yeah, I think that's it. So those are the basics of setting up a repeat pattern, a textile repeat pattern for clothing to make sure it looks really, really good. And that's also how to find the repeat pattern in garments, because you want to study those. You want to study those before you start making your own textiles so that you make sure that you're making it really pleasing to the eye and really beautiful, so that your garments are, if you're selling them, so they look great so that you can sell them. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.